Marcellas obviously played a ton of snaps last year opposite Cam and Darius, but being a guy, whether it's you or OD, and in that cornerback spot coming back, I guess just what's that kind of like, and being a guy that's kind of in the center of things, at least in that secondary, and being a guy that this team's going to count on a lot heading through spring.
It's been good. It's not a role that I'm not ready for. That's too big for me. So I'm ready to fulfill those shoes, fulfill that spot, and yeah, it's not nothing that's too big for me. I can handle it. Yeah.
Marcellas, what is it about Torian Gray that you feel like he's able to build relationships with you guys quickly, guys that are maybe only here for a year or two, and be able to get the most out of you guys?
He's a hard coach. He gonna hold you accountable. He don't let you cheat yourself. He's very hard on you. He gonna hold you accountable, and he just he makes sure that you discipline. So those three things, he just a really good coach, and he a really good person and all. Yeah.
From what we've heard, it seems like you and OD are entrenched more or less than some of the other guys at cornerback. But who are some of the other guys that are working at that spot behind y'all, with y'all, that you would say are coming along and playing pretty well?
Yeah, some people that haven't been in the past getting a lot of reps, like I say the Isaiah Norris, the new corner that just came in, Judge, Emory Floyd, and it's been a couple other guys that have been coming in and getting reps too.
What were some things you learned from Darius Rush and Cam Smith?
Some things I learned. I learned a lot from. I would say I learned a lot from Cam. Just with press technique, the way he plays. I picked up a lot of things from his game, and with Rush, the way that he plays with his with his body frame, his long arms and stuff. So I learned a lot from him too. So it's a little bits and pieces of things I picked up from both of their games, and I added on to mine too.
So you mentioned being ready for this moment, being ready for this role. What's different about, just from a mental standpoint, from what they're asking you to do, from being maybe the second or third corner to being the guy in the room now?
I would say what's different. I feel like the spotlight's on me. Like everybody depending on me. You feel me? Like it ain't like I got other people. Like last year it was Cam. They was the guys that was like in the spotlight. They was the guys that like everybody was counting on. But I feel like this year everybody counting on me. Everybody holding me to a higher standard, to be that guy to shut down the best receiver on the team.
With Nick Eamon being able to come in here, and obviously DQ as well, but with Nick in particular coming in here making such a big impact, what have you seen with him as he makes that transition from freshman to sophomore year, trying to continue to grow?
Yeah, I can see he's got way more mature. He's a real deal guy. Like he's not a freshman. He plays and he act like a senior. Like he act like he been in this program for 4 years. So he's a real deal guy. Like his game and everything went to another level. And he definitely gonna be a problem next year.
How would you describe trying to go up against Juice one-on-one?
Oh, definitely a challenge. But we make each other better. Iron sharpens iron. So every day, every time we go against each other, it's gonna be a good battle, good competition. Everybody in this program loves to compete. So every time we go against each other, it's gonna be a good battle.
And I asked OD if he was harder to tackle after the catch or just straight up cover. So what's your?
Oh, yeah, which one is harder?
Yeah.
I would say Juice got a little bit of wiggle to him, so I would say it's harder to cover him. But like, cause he don't be getting a lot of separation on me. But like I'm saying, it's hard. It's definitely harder to cover him. I mean, he hard to tackle too after the catch. He led the SEC in the yards after the catch, so he hard to tackle after the catch. But I ain't never been in that situation with him yet. So you feel me?
So you chose to come back and use your, I guess, final year of eligibility. Mm-hmm. What went into that decision? And now that you're 3 or so weeks into spring ball, how happy are you with that decision to make to come back?
I would say what went into that decision, just me knowing that I needed a year where, like I was saying earlier, like where I would be in the spotlight, where I would be labeled as that guy in the program, the number one corner. So I just felt like I needed a year. South Carolina always known for having the DBU, basically. We were becoming the new DBU. We known for having the best cornerbacks coming out. So I felt like I needed another year just to prove myself and show my abilities on the field. So I felt like I needed to come back for 1 more year. And 3 weeks into spring ball, I feel like it's the best decision I've made.
Obviously, Coach Gray talks about that new DBU stuff or posts about it a little bit on Twitter. I
Yeah.
guess probably like the thing in recruiting. But does he talk about that with y'all much in the meeting room, or is it something that comes up, or is it like on the wall or on the board or something?
I mean, he talks about it here and there, but he don't really waste too much time on it. Mostly, he just trying to go over film. Time our biggest opponent, so he really don't waste too much time on the social media stuff. He be worried about film and practice.
So you mentioned guys like Darius and Cam, and I guess the year before that, obviously Jalen had a really big year at safety. But having had guys like that and coming in that line of defensive backs over the last few years, I guess what's that like to sort of have that group of guys that have come before you, and then being the guy that's sort of next up in that role as well?
Yeah, it definitely motivates me. It definitely shows me that it can be done and that it's very possible. So definitely give me a little bit of pep in my step, put a little make me even want to get in more, and make me want to be the next, and make me want to even surpass them if I can. You feel me? So it definitely motivates me.
Not sure how much you've gotten to go against Lenoris in practice, but he's been kind of the talk of that quarterback room. What have you seen from him and going against maybe him in that offense, or seeing it on the sideline?
Yeah, I ain't been able to run with him yet because I be going to ones and stuff. But Lenoris, he gonna be a problem. He got good arm strength. He very accurate with his passes, and he can run a lot. He can run good too. He not just a sit back and throw it. He not just sitting back in the pocket and throwing it. He can run really good. Thank y'all.